I'm Kim Dyason. I am the owner of Studio 39 Jewellery Design in Kloof and founder of Jewellery Design. I was actually 15 years old when I was offered a job. 15 and a half, it was the December school holidays, and I was offered a job in a jewellery store. And of course I grabbed the opportunity. And then from there, every school holiday and every Saturday I worked for them. On matriculating, they offered me an apprenticeship at the bench. I had learned a lot from front sales from his wife, and he was a manufacturing jeweler and hand engraver by trade. So I learned a lot from him then, going and serving my apprenticeship with him. Then I moved to Cape Town and decided to go on my own. So I opened my little studio at home and went on from there. I would say that one of my greatest achievements, I think, is being in business 29 years now, as of July. That, I think, has been quite a huge milestone to reach. I started when I was 23, so it's been quite a long journey. But I think, in all honesty, the biggest achievement, I would think, is having clients now that are not just clients, they're friends. And they're based all around the world, and just such an honor that their children and their grandchildren are coming through now and being referred to me by them. So yeah, I think it's quite an honor to have something like that. One of the other achievements, I think, is having mentored so many people through nearly 30 years being on my own, and seeing them go on and open their own businesses. And I still have one staff member who's been with me almost 20 years. So there's a lot of achievements, but those I would say are my top. In 30 years, I think there's been quite a few challenges. So if we start with the sort of more modern or latest challenges, I would say at the moment, we're finding that the trade has changed quite a lot. So jewellery has changed. The younger generation coming through are preferring to spend their money more on experience, so travel, etc. But honestly, I like to say to them, and as I've said to myself, I love travel too, is how would you, when you get back from traveling, when you've finished your journey, when you've had your engagement, when you've done all those memorable moments, how do you capture that? How do you capture the feeling and the essence of that travel? Jewelry. You know, we can capture that. We can design pieces that will enhance that. So every time you look at your bracelet or your ring, you're remembering and feeling those emotions from that experience, that travel, that whatever meant so much to you. And obviously then when you're handing it on to your children and you're telling them the story of your travel, that just makes that heirloom piece that much more special to them. So it was a challenge, but it's easy turned around when you find ways of using your creativity. One of the challenges from earlier days, I would say, was jewelry manufacture was very much a man's world when I started. So I found that nobody wanted to share trade secrets. Nobody wanted to help you with any info. Not even amongst themselves did they do that. And I don't advocate to that ethos. So that's where Jewellery Design, which is now a branch I've developed. Jewellery Design is a concept I came up with just after COVID. So sitting at home for 2 months when we were in lockdown, I had to decide how we were going to move around in this. So Jewellery Design basically is a mentorship program where you can come in, be mentored. We will teach you how to run your own business, specifically aimed at jewelers. So how to run your own business, all the aspects, the photography side, the branding side, helping you with anything you're not sure about in manufacture itself. I just feel that if you're authentic and you design authentically from yourself and you aren't a copy and paste type jeweler, you will be a success. You just need somebody to help you with maybe the more finer details of running that, the things that I've been through in 30 years that I've had to find out for myself, I can help you with that and move on. You know, I always wanted to have my own business right from when I was very, very young. I think my first business idea, I was 6 years old and sold my fluffy toys on the verge outside home. So I've always wanted to own my own business, and I've always been creative and done art and that sort of thing. So as soon as I went into jewelry at age 15, I knew this was where I wanted to go, and this is where I would start my own business. So it was easy for me. My parents were very encouraging right from young. They very positive people. My mom has a saying she always says, if you aren't feeling your best today, what are you going to do about it? So we've lived with that kind of motto in our home. And starting my own business was easy then because, well, easy. I started it at 23. I had no idea how to run a business, but threw myself into it and still doing it now. So I look for inspiration out in nature. I love nature, you know, any of the natural gemstones. And I find if I'm designing for myself, not for a customer, then the stone tells me what it wants. So I get a lot of inspiration from nature and the genuine natural gemstones. I use a lot of feeling. Everything that we design, when I'm designing for clients as well, I will talk to you, get a feel for who you are. I then, if I'm designing for you, then I keep my side out and I want to feel who you are. So I want to create something that's going to be meaningful for you. It's not about me then. So depending on whether I'm designing for my ranges or whether I'm designing for you, but very much intuition and feeling. You know, when you're making a piece and you're sitting at the bench and you're busy filing and shaping, it almost tells you what it wants to be, which way you need to file. And you might have had an idea in your head, but it will talk to you and tell you how to shape it and where it needs to go, and a little bit of a swing here. And I love it. I can't imagine doing anything else. So to younger women, I would say to them, yeah, find a mentor, find somebody you can relate to who is happy to impart knowledge. So somebody like me who's been through all the trials and tribulations, not all of them, I'm sure there's many still to come, but who you can bounce your ideas off. There are going to be many times where you're going to feel like, oh, forget it, I just want to give this up, because it's owning your own business and making jewelry and dealing with the public can be difficult at times. So yeah, I would say, so that's where Jewelers by Design mentorship has come in, that you can speak to people within the organization to get inspiration for or help or whatever it is that you need. My biggest dream has always been to own my own business, and it had to be in something creative, and I just fell into it. And I think being authentic to who you are is the biggest thing. You need to find something where you have a passion and you will be successful. So if you're designing and you're being authentic and you're not copy and paste, your right people will be attracted to you. So you'll be a success. And that was my dream. I want to make a difference in communities. I want to be able to see smiles on people's faces when they put their piece of jewelry on, or engagements. I love that. You're part of such I sell happiness. You know, I don't even want to say I sell happiness. I'm part of everybody's happiness. It's so special. And then obviously Jewelers by Design, by collaborating with other businesses, with people within your communities. I've got people who aren't even jewelry designers that have concept ideas, and working with them to create jewelry that they can go on and talk about is absolutely divine. My daughter's a zoologist, so she's doing something with animals, and we're designing a range for her so she can give back to her community, and that by donating to wildlife and that sort of thing. So I love it. You know, there's just so many ways you can give back, and it's creative. I dance. I don't dance very well, but I dance. I've always loved music. I think it's part of the creative side. I do line dancing. And music is a very big part of my life. So I grew up with that, played guitar. I was so blown away, and I'm so honored. I'm quite overwhelmed by the nomination and the invitation, and I'm so grateful to be part of something so big, and to meet women that are so inspirational. I'd love to be part of it and learn from these ladies. So thank you. It's an honor.